live under the moon day energy. What's up, all you new people? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed. Oh yeah, that's right. Earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist. I am your North American symbol, considering that there might be one in South America. I am your messenger of God, the only one I believe, the first child of God, because Adam is dead and gone. I am the Lilith reincarnated. What's up, everyone? In order to keep up with me, you would have seen what I posted on my community page, my live video prior to this one, and my most recent short. There's a lot of new people. You guys just keep rolling in. Welcome, welcome. You are part of the Divine Feminine Awakening. I am the Divine Feminine in the flesh. I am here for your awakening. I'm here to walk you through all of the awakening process. Whoop-de-whoop and all that good stuff. I'm going to teach you magic, religion, all kinds of crazy shit. Right now we are currently learning a lot of, we're learning quantum realms. I'm in the quantum realms, so I have no choice but to learn about the place that I'm in. It's a conscious state of being, Christ. I teach the Christ consciousness. Heaven is a frequency, it's a consciousness. So is the hell on earth that you are currently experiencing. I am here to work you through your thoughts and feelings and get you out of hell and into heaven. All I can do really is tell you how I did it and walk you through the energy that comes through every day so you can harness it according to my expertise or, experience myself. That's pretty much all we do around here. Everything is on a loopy loop. So let's talk about some stuff. I got lots of cards here. I've been working with Metatron. His brother came in today, Sandalphone, which made perfect sense. I had said that Sandalphone represented music. He didn't come into the second reading, but he's a representation of music and prayers. Metatron was Enoch in the flesh. So if you're trying to understand how he was an ascending master, he walked the flesh, ascended, mastered the flesh, and ascended to become, the whatever and whatnot. Typically, as ascending masters, once we take the fleshly form, we're here just as messengers of the grand plan, God and all that. So that's what I'm here as. That's what they are, prophets and all of that stuff, whoop-de-whoop, and all of that. So, today we went into a new portal. We talked about past life integration and new gifts. I was like, when that new gift comes in, I'll be sure to tell you. What'd you see? What happened? It was weird. I went to Target, and I saw people in all of their forms, but especially down to their skeletal. They were walking by me, but I could see them in layers, all the way down to their skeletal. It was like skeletons were walking by. Really? Yeah. I saw them in skeletal form. Like, I saw all the way of their beings, which is very interesting because there's always these captivating pictures where it shows the skeletal and it shows all of the layers of the being. That's what I was seeing in people. We also talked about taking the masks off, the roles. And that's where it is we get to the core of your being. So I'm working currently with Metatron, and he's teaching me sacred geometry. I'm in the 10th dimension. This is where, let me go ahead and reread this for the umpteenth time. There's not many people that have been here consciously, so there's not much information I can share with you other than their description of it, and then I can tell you what my experiences of it is. Hold on. Just clean this all up, and I'm about to fuck it all up again. So, we live in a three-dimensional world, right? Based on your conscious. As you leave the context of your mind, the limitations of your mind, you enter into different dimensions of consciousness. I'm in a 10th dimension of consciousness. Meaning that's where I am when I'm not speaking or anything. That's where my brain is. That's where my mindset is in a 10th dimension. Where is that? Oh yeah, the chambers of lights. That's what they told me to talk to you guys about. Fuck off. That's not what I pulled out at all. We talked about that earlier. They said you needed to go into the light, and I was saying the light chambers. City of light, dimensions. Okay, dimensions. The 10th dimension. Okay, now this particular person hasn't accessed it. All I've been told about this dimension is that all members of the original Oversoul families experience themselves as merged completely into one consciousness, and they are no longer aware of their individualization at all. That's that complete oneness. Okay? And I try to describe that inside of me. It's like it's whole universe is in here with me. Beyond this point, I have been showed or told nothing except for the 13th dimension. Alright, what it is, let's see, let me explain like the 9th dimension, and I guess in that place. It's the Shekinah, the sacred pillar of fire, the pillar of light. This is the last dimension in which light beings have the capacity to experience consciousness separate from the entire oversoul from whence it came, and can also choose to experience that oversoul collective conscious at will. What is that? Home. Where everything is. I tried to explain that. That's where home is. It's where all of us, all of our conscious lays in a home, in a pool, if you will. I don't know how to really describe that. Let's see. The only thing that the only form here is that of the pillar, or the parallel strands of very refined light. Everything looks like pure crystalline white light, and yet it is prismatic, emanating colors in the 8th dimension. This is the dimension of Metatron's consciousness. When I was given an experience of this realm once, the only thing I could still differentiate from myself was etherical crystals. I had a collection of quartz crystals on the table in the room where my body was when the experience took place. I was suddenly aware that I could still perceive the crystals as separate from me, although the furniture and the people in the room had blended into my conscious completely. I was told this is as far as a human's conscious can go dimensionally without the body being vaporized. That's where alchemy will teach you into the vaporization of your soul. And so where that is, where all things are created, where it's just an essence, sparkles that come together. That's what he's trying to explain, how atoms are created, where all these little particles come together to make a mass. And that's what he's trying, that's where I'm at, where I see things that become, you know what I mean? So, for example, I saw all the layers that make a human being. And I've always said this, the skin is the least important. You make the skin so important. But I take off that. And a beautiful example, I should have took the picture, but I didn't want to because I felt it was very negative. There's a picture of Tyra Banks out, and Tyra Banks looks her age. Nothing to be said. But it's like beauty doesn't last forever, ladies. This was considered America's top model for decades. You know what I mean? You got Cindy Crawford, you got all of these. It's beauty is only skin deep. And the older you get, the skin gets thinner. So you could tear that skin, rip your face right off. Or sew it up and puff it up and push it up and all of that. But there's a beauty in time. There's a beauty to be able to be your age. To hold your age. And Pamela Lee Anderson is trying to explain that, trying to teach the world that. How wonderful it is to feel okay in your skin when you spend all these years just being beautiful and to finally feel beautiful. It comes with age, it comes with wisdom. You can look at someone like Kris Jenner, is that her name? Whatever the fuck her name is. She's not beautiful. She's still trying to be beautiful. She's still looking outside of herself for what beauty is to put it on. Something like that. So there's, I'm seeing things from its, to its rawest form, and that's where it starts with. You start by breaking down thoughts, but then it goes into you break down the rawest form of everything. And another thing that a way of life for me is patterns. I don't see things, I see patterns. I see synchronicities. That's how the universe talks to me in patterns. I break patterns. I see patterns. Let me show you an example. I noticed a pattern today. What's the pattern? I noticed that when Morgan goes to handle any business outside of the building, she can't find her way home. Typically, she disappears. I noticed that. There's a pattern of that after a few times. She'll go to handle an appointment and then you can't reach her for it'll take a day or two. What does that mean? I mean, your imagination can build all kinds of things. Like I said, I just noticed patterns. I notice times. I notice things like that, patterns. And those patterns are a language to me. I notice that people have, that things are in patterns. And the whole point is to break patterns, understand them, understand that people are, in circles. And that's where this is very interesting, because as I'm seeing it, it starts with him, and it's called sacred geometry, and it starts with the simple fact of shapes. Shapes and numbers was the foundation of, creation. Our planets are in shapes, and those numbers, and stuff like that. So as I'm saying that, okay, I was seeing this, patterns, circles. Things go in circles. I've been talking about that for 2 days now, how everything's on timelines, they're on loops. Even if you break this loop, you jump onto another loop. Lewis Hamilton, it's always a track, a circle track. You'll always end where you started. Your ending is right where you started, no matter what. That's how it works. The tarot teaches you that. To every ending is a new beginning. Right? So you try to break patterns by breaking into a new pattern. Right? But no matter what you do, you're coming back to these patterns. You can overcome them and go through time quite quickly, but in essence, that's your 12 houses, that's it. That's the seasons. We're in patterns. You have a pattern to your mundane, but to every Monday that you have. You have sleep patterns. You have everything in patterns. You've created these structures in patterns. Time is what I've noticed most recently. Everybody's on structures of time. They must do things all in accordance. Mass consciousness says that there's a certain time for breakfast. And no matter where you are as a human being, you're supposed to partake in this thing called breakfast during these times. What's interesting, though, is if it's after 11 o'clock, no matter where you are in time, you've now missed that window of what's considered breakfast. And you must move on in time. It's funny. You're always late. It's the white rabbit. You're chasing time, but you're controlled by it. It's a very interesting thing that I'm learning right now. And again, all I can do is teach you what I learned so that I can move on. I take in information, I put out information. That's what it is all about. So, I'm seeing patterns. That's what I see. I see people replay things. I see things play out. And I see the bigger picture, which is nothing more than circles of time. It's always circles. It starts with the seed of life. Now, I'm about to break in this. It's in my dark arts book. Something about Gematria, GEMATIE, some shit. It's in my black art book. It has to do with synchronicities of numbers and shapes and shit like that. So that's a language, but it's not just in the language. It's a higher level of spiritual understanding. But it's not just a higher level of spiritual understanding. That's a higher level of conscious understanding for people that are scientific, that use physics. What does that say to you? Exactly. It just looks like a shape to us. But then we can pull out the crucifix. We can turn it upside down. and see what that shape says to you. It's an image that's been put, you know what I mean? That image is associated with a knowing. Right? So we have all these images, and when that image comes up, that's the mind. And that's where Carl Jung is working with this too, signs and symbols, how you can break down your dreams into the symbols that you're seeing. Those symbols have significance. They have meaning beyond the conscious understanding, because there was a basic meaning of that symbol. So what the fuck is a heptagon? Who knows? 49. Right now, they're trying to give us a message through that symbol. Earlier, or yesterday, I taught you about how they're sending you messages through numbers, through animals, through the weather. Which one are we talking about? 49. That one looked just like the last one. Harmony. The heptagon is a 7-sided polygon of veneration. It represents movement through cycles. There are 7 days in a week, 7 chakras, 7 rainbow rays, 7 planets, 7 seas, 7 musical notes, 7 stages of transformation. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you see the original 7 in there? Shall I point them out? Do you need me to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The biblical study says, and there were 7 seals and 7 angels and 7, 7, 7, 7. What are my numbers? 17. What are we moving towards? The 818 portal. I just want to show you this. I see synchronicities. There's patterns and shit. And that's where this geometry, whatever this, I gotta pull it out right now. I'm gonna pull it out. Is, listen to this. 7 waves, it weaves its way through mythology as Athena used the 7-sided symbol to weave her magical exploits. Sound and music are intimately connected to sacred geometry. I told you that. The closer I'm getting to this, the more I told you I'm sensitive to sound. So now I'm listening to classical music to balance out these frequencies. Really? I need basic instruments and low frequency music, you know what I mean, to balance this out, which is unbelievable, because that's what Sandalphone was about. His brother was all about music. The pair, Tweedledee Tweedledum over here. Sorry, I'm always making fun of. Do you make fun of everything in the divine? I promise I have. I've always made fun of every fucking being that God has ever created. Really? Why? Because every being. Just kidding. It's like, do you ever say anything nice about the beings? I do. But I also make jokes. You're not the first one I've made fun of. Shut up, dude. Anyways, sound and music are intimately connected with sacred geometry and the number 7. And though the harmonies created by music were able to connect with the music of the spheres. Say it again. And through the harmonies created by music, we're able to connect with the music of the spheres. Where have I been? I mean, most of it comes from the choirs. Most of my downloads come from the choirs. We're going to get into that in just a bit too. They're taking us deep. This card sees that you are looking for harmony in the cycles of your life. Each action you take creates harmony or discord. Each decision adds to the music you create and the joy and growth you experience. Finding harmony in family, job, and spiritual life adds to the richness of your life in the physical world. Your days are a progression of harmonious movements through time. How might you add even more to the harmony of what you experience or share with others? Allow your existence to become a symphony in celebration of the beauty of living. You'll have to catch my earlier video. That was our first angel message, was music. Tap into music. Music brings the people. It's universal. Reversed. There is, in this situation, discord that threatens the harmony you are trying to create. Once you decide you want to correct this discord, the method will come to you easily. It is in desiring change, the harmony that you created. What is it? Red flags. We see them. She asked too, she's like, are we going in the same direction? Do you need to ask that, Morgan? Do you feel like you're going in the direction that I'm going, or you're hopeful to go where God's taking me? I can't. And I told her that as she said it, and she feels it, you know, she knows it, I guess. I can't take anyone with me where I'm going. My biggest, I can't say that, but a pattern of mine is as I shift, I always want to take someone with me. I always have a desire, you know, you make friends, you make these connections, you make, you know, you build on something and you want to take a piece of it with you. But I can't. I can't take her with me where I'm going because I'm not sure, because I don't know where I'm going. And where I'm going, I can't guarantee there's a place for you there. She has to find her place. It sucks, you know? It happens, I've learned this for too long. I can't get attached to the people of the places that I go. It just makes it harder to keep, you know what I mean, to say goodbye. If you're meant to go with me, then you have the same vision as me, and you know what I mean? It aligns. But, you know, not to be ugly, but for women like this that are around me that have no idea where they're going and what they're supposed to be doing with their life, I'm not your answer. And they want to hold on to me because they feel, you know, people feel safe around me that, you know, in this uncertainty, I can bring them peace. I'm not your peacekeeper. I'm your messenger of God. It's Him that gives you peace. It's Him that gives me the peace as I go through my uncertainties. But that's what it is it's my calling. My calling is to continue. And that's what I told her. I was like, I never saw a house. I see my trailer. I see my travels. I see what's real, not what I want to see. And if you can't see anything because all you can see is the past, then you got to deal with that first. You know? Through the help of the internet, we can keep connections as we move through life, but we can't take people where we're going. You can't physically carry the conscious being, another conscious being, into your ascension. I'm seeing Russ, it's like he wants to just keep taking people everywhere he goes to share every one of his experience, but that is what's keeping him from experiencing anything new, because he's responsible for their experience instead of his own. I can't bring you with me and then also help raise you and your daughter. I don't know. And it's simple things too, you know, you learn this about your friends and family. It's like, bro, you're going, I hate to be ugly, motherfucking nowhere with your life. I'm not taking you anywhere. I hate to be ugly. It's like, I can't be responsible for your growth and entertainment and everything. You have to learn to lean on God for all of that stuff. Did God tell you you were going somewhere? Or you just know that I'm going somewhere? And that's what it is everybody knows that I'm always in movement. And that's because I keep it moving. You know what I mean? But that has to, with that comes the discipline of being humble, because you can't live this type of lifestyle with all kinds of attachments, you know, and you can't do it with all kinds of baggage. You know what I mean? In that essence. It's like, people will hold you back if you let them. And as much as I would love to bring everybody along with me, you're just along for the ride. This is not actually benefiting you. Because, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a Forrest Gump thing. It's like you see me running and you want to run with me, but you don't even know why you're running. And if you ask me, I'm just doing what I'm told. And when I'm told to stop, I'm going to stop, and I'm not going to be responsible for your run and where you go from here. And that's the truth, is when I stop leading you, you have no direction. And that's what God said. Watch this. And I'm watching it. Watch how all of you fall off, because you're no longer following me. I'm no longer leading you through your endeavors. So you have no direction to go. I was never your guys's, you know what I mean? I'm not your way. God is your way. I'm just your messenger. I feel kind of slighted by it. Like, you make me, you know what I mean, responsible for your happinesses. I'm responsible for mine. I can't even make my kids happy from time to time. I'm not responsible for theirs, let alone yours. And you can't latch on to me and hold on to me as your only messenger of God. My job is to teach you how to have that that connection. You know what I mean? I'm here to build this church within you and this small community, and I got to go on. There's other people that need this message, bro. There are many other people that haven't received Christ's message, bro. That don't have a connection with God. That's what I'm here to do, is teach you how he works, how he talks, how he moves, so you can recognize him all the time without me. And you can have that intimate relationship with him without me. But I'm here to explain, open you up to it. That's all I can do. I can't sit there all day. I'm not one of those tarot readers. Well, let me see what God says for you to do today. And let me see what God said for you to do today. No, I do that for myself. And I teach you how to do that for yourself, where you can ask God what he wants of you today. I teach you all forms of divination. I teach you meditation. I teach you prayer. I teach you invocations. I teach you the silencing of the mind. I teach you all of this. What I teach you is the connection. But I'm not your connection. I'm your teacher. I'll die one day. I'll disappear. I'll go away. And everything I gave to you means nothing. It dies with me. It goes away with me. You forget everything that I invested in you, which was my time, my wisdom, my energy. This is my energy that I'm giving to you, my life force. My life force is able to create this for you, and I'm giving you my life force. What are you doing with this? You're supposed to be using this as a connection to have more life force with God yourself. Not use it to make your life better. I meant what I said earlier today. I hope you musicians heard me. People don't create just to make money. Your creations aren't supposed to be just so you can make yourself big. They're supposed to be beneficial to the world for no cost. There should be no profit then other than making the world a better place by your voice. If you ain't got that, if you're not sending that message, then please don't. Please don't upload your music anymore. If that's all you're trying to do is upload a couple of coins into your pocket, you think this is going to be what people want, and you want to give them what they want so that they can give you a couple of views and some likes and some money? You're exploiting the idea of creativity. There's no creativity in doing such, scandalous works. But you're exploiting the idea of those of us that are truly creative, when all you're doing is trying to monetize off of everything, which makes you a taker. You're not a giver. You're giving with the intention of what you can receive back. It's very conditional. And the conditions in terms of that is going to be destructed. That's not unconditional love. And you're not giving love in any of these tracks. Okay. That's from, from the higher ups. Anyways, once you decide that you want to correct the discord, the method will come to you easily. It is in desiring change and harmony that you create it. Something simplistic. Let's turn the tables and see if how she feels about this. I'm just aware of it, and I'm okay. But I notice. Now, you know me. I'm funny about communication. If you can't handle communication, I'm gonna sever all communication. So I noticed this. This has happened a couple times, right? But then when she's back, she wants to talk all day. So I'm gonna return that. I'm gonna return that energy, and that's what it is. Let's see how you like it. Let's see how you like it when somebody doesn't communicate back to you. I want to see how you take this, right? I just want to see. And that's it. It's like, you can't tell me she hasn't looked at her phone since 12 o'clock today. I called her twice. And 2 times that I called, are you going to tell me you slept all day? No way, bro. You didn't walk your dog or take your kid out? Possibly. That's what she told me the other day. No, I was asleep all day. All day. And that's where it is I can't build a relationship on anyone that can't have up straight conversations. So I noticed that today, but I noticed it another day. And that's just me being friendly, checking on you after a few hours. Hey, are you okay? Are you around? What's going on? There's never any fall through. And then I find out she never came home, which that in myself makes me judgmental about how she treats her dog. Really? Yeah, I'm funny about it, bro. It's not a dog to me. That's the Holy Spirit that you're leaving in that house overnight with, I don't know, how much food and how much water, and you're making it piss and shit in the house. It has no choice. Which means that you guys live in that. You like breathe it. Because what? Because you're not responsible enough to come home? You're being judgy. No, I'm being observant to patterns. Now, if there's these type of things I don't like about a person, as I said, red flags, how much more am I going to be, accepting of certain things? Here's another thing, and I already talked to Morgan about it many times, and she's going to hear it now. I'm very curious as to where Diana gets her money. I gave her $15 in as soon as I got my first welfare check, because God told me, she told me, this is what's interesting, bitches, listen to this. The beginning of the month, I said I was going to go do some laundry, and I got a ride if you want to come through. She said, I don't even have money. I got $20 to my name to buy 1 pack of diapers, and I don't know what I'm going to do. So I gave her $15, what I had in my purse, as God told me, and that was it. Okay. Now let's start at, today is the 28th, and she has not left this whole fucking building to do anybody's laundry in the whole month I've seen her. We'll start there. But what I notice is, every day, she has a Starbucks drink. Almost every other day, she takes her kids over to McDonald's. And she always has a pack of Newports and some type of weed. Every day. Every day. She's not asked me for a cigarette. No, I haven't seen her. I saw her 2 days ago with the Starbucks drink again. And the kids had McDonald's. They had stuff like that. I'm curious. I'm wondering why I gave you money out of my first welfare check, because you told a bitch you didn't have money to do laundry, and how yet every day you got some Starbucks, some McDonald's, some fucking name brand expensive ass cigarettes, and a blunt every day. Every day, bitch. She out there right now having a fucking Newport right now. She's got enough to share every day. I'm curious. I got questions. I really got questions. I really want to know what her hustle is. How she sit here every day with 2 special needs kids and can meet all of those, but yet shit ain't making sense. And she want to ask me stupid questions about like Akashic records and shit. I got some questions. How you afford that shit? How you make it like that? My biggest question is, where are you doing your laundry? Because that's my biggest thing every week. I am the only one that seems to stress this shit. I am the only person that seems to have to put together fucking 4 loads of laundry every week. I don't know how that's possible. Are we the only people that change our clothes, or we're the only people that wash them? I got questions. In the essence, I see things, bro. I'm just watching. They think I'm being sneaky, but I'm not. I'm just watching. I'm watching what you people do. I'm not a person like you, and neither are my children, and we don't be around people. So we do a lot of people watching. I'm very curious about what men do with their time. I never really. Mr. Plum was a whole different type of special man. Real great man. Woke up fucking 4 o'clock in the morning dressed. You didn't see that man not fully dressed. You never saw him not fully dressed, not, he was just always kind and always, I only seen like one type of man. But I'm curious what the fuck people be doing around here. Wouldn't you wonder? I try not to, and that's why I stay away, because the more I watch people, the more I start wondering, what the fuck are y'all up to? I start seeing their patterns. I don't really ask. I just watch shit. I start seeing, you know what I mean? What you're doing. And that makes me, what? Observant. But it's weird too. And that's where it is like, when I want to know something about a person, the simplest thing I do is I go look at their followers, who they're following. Really? Mm-hmm. It says so much about them. Russ follows like 1,000 women and maybe 600 men. 1,000 women. And they're not women. They're girls. Insecure industry girls of all ages. What does that say about him? Your crowds say a lot. I watch patterns, bro. I don't listen to your words. I watch your actions. You're talking. I know you're talking about some shit. You want to sound like something. But I'm watching what you're doing, bro. I'm watching what you're doing. And what you're doing, no matter what you did today, give it enough time. You're going to do it again. I watch people's patterns. And that's helped me avoid the nonsense. You can see that they're not changing. And if you're dealing with, once you catch a person's pattern, then you know what a person's about. They're not changing. They're going in circles. I told you, that's all people do is patterns. So, you said that last time and the same song came on. You're activating songs in my head just by saying freak you. How many songs popped in your head when she said that? Alright, so I'm right here with Metatron, just going round and round and round and round and round and round until I break this, until I realize what he's trying to teach me, which he's teaching me a lot. Each time I go around this, I'm learning more. And I keep going around until I get the lesson. And then I'll move over into a new pattern. And that's all we do. But most of them are not moving from patterns. They're just in one simplistic pattern. Wait till all these planets come back. That's what they're showing me. All these planets are going to come back into there's like so many planets that were in retrograde until, what is it, fall or winter? I think it was like something crazy, like October, November or something. I don't know when they were all coming back. It's in my book. But damn, wait till that comes. It's going to blow shit up. It's going to be great. Anyways, so there was a couple things that we were talking about here. What?
Later?
No, never mind. I thought it had something to do with what I'm talking about. Bring that up later. You're going to take me off track. You'll take my mind off of its track. Okay. So, with that being said, we're talking about the climb, the ascension, whatever. And that's why I have to keep bringing this back, because the only way you're going to find this type of information is in the Kabbalah. This one's spelled with a K. I've seen it spelled with a Q. I've seen it spelled with a C. It's translations, bro, because none of us, it was written in Hebrew. So we have to sound it out, and that's why I just want to point that out. You might see it spelled completely different. Cabula. I've seen it. I've seen Qu. I've seen them spelled all different types of ways. Okay? Give me 1 second. Gotta get another book. Black Arts book. Alright. He's trying to teach us, not the Lords of Darkness, Geometra, whatever the fuck it is. Ritual magic? Nope. Astrology? Nope. All of this is part of it. Natal astrology he got us tapped into, but it was something like that. He wanted the elixir of life. I teach you all that bullshit. Not him. Not you! I teach you. Names of powers? Nope. You're not going to be calling on powerful names. You guys don't need that shit. Here it is. Geometra. Geometra. On page 111. How is it? They saw the patterns. So let me show you how it started, but that's not exactly what I'm trying to teach you. Magic has power to experience and fathom things which are inaccessible to human reason. For magic is a great secret wisdom, just as reason is a great public folly. Alright. Now here it goes. Let me show you what I just said. Focus, facket. Oh, sorry. I almost said it. Did you hear me? I almost said it. It went in focus. It says it right here. Kabbalist. Caballists. That's not, again, it's spelled all different through all of this. Early Jewish Kabbalists believed that the Old Testament was directly inspired by God, but with their love of secrecy, their interest in hidden and contempt for the revealed, they looked for the truth of God's meaning beneath the surface words of Scripture. Some of them seem to have thought the Bible was largely written in various kinds of codes. To unravel the codes, they used mathematical and anagrammic methods, which were considerable iniquity, but were first brought into prominence in the Kabbalah. There it goes again. See it? No? You don't see how it's written? Okay, cool. By the influence of German Jewish scholar Alzer of Worms and his followers in the 13th century. One of the methods of gematria, which means converting the letters into a word into the number equivalents, adding them up, and substituting another word which adds the same total. Yeah. Are we breaking codes? He will get us to that point, yes. We will be able to break the Bible into numerology. It comes from him, I told you. Numbers and symbols. Is it hard for you to believe that there's hidden information in the Bible that they didn't want the general public to read? Why is it written in parables then? Why was it written like that? In storybook. It was written in riddles. All writers hide gems in their writings. Punchlines, secret words, codes, Easter eggs. They broke it into a code. Now what's interesting is because they themselves were the scribes. You have to understand how this worked. They sat together just as we did, the American Constitution. The leaders of the leaders decided what stories should be told in the control of the masses. We don't want them to know everything because then they're too powerful. It's just like the government. So there's codes encrypted in everything. Before we couldn't even access the Kabbalah because first off it was in Hebrew. We needed people to sneak that information out to us. The Germans, the Russians, the Africans, the Asians. We would not know if they didn't teach us their ways. This great story Mr. Plum tells me is about, and I think it was, forgive me, it was either World War I or it must have been World War II, and now that we're talking about time. During that time, they were using the Choctaw Nation. They were using the Choctaw language to transmute sensitive information over to the soldiers over in Europe and all of that because they were unfamiliar with the language. And that's where it is, people had to introduce us into their language and into their teachings. As everybody's learning Hindu and Buddhism and all of this stuff, it's because those people, those wonderful people that smuggled that shit out for us. But even in the smuggling, they couldn't get everything out. They couldn't tell us all the secrets. And the Bible is full of secrets. And it's limited and it's controlled. Something simplistic as they made up a thing called the devil. And that came from, that's what I had this big, awakening with the Jews. Jewish mysticism created this. They created a fear behind Jesus. They created a fear behind the New Testament. There was no such devil before Jesus. It was God and his wrath that you feared. But then all of a sudden, there was something else to be feared when Jesus came. Something called the devil. Something outside of yourself that fought with God, that was here to fight you and take you down. That's not true. This whole Bible, you know what I mean? You can look through it. And that's where it is you can believe it, but can you see it? And you make this imaginary thing real in your life called the devil. It's my biggest argument with everyone. Now, we got into this, and we exposed Wolfman, and God shut down all his little expenditures. We saw what devil worshippers were. They have an image of Lucifer and the other dark lords, and they give them powers based on their imagination, and they do these incantations and these visualizations based on imagery put by tradition. And they believe that God's archangel Lucifer is this devil that's out to steal your souls. They've created all of this great madness. Or that God's archangel Lucifer is out here to free your soul, that you can persecute others and fill it with all your fleshly desires. Whatever. It's traditional teaching taught by all of these people that, everybody prayed to a fucking God, and oh my God. But in essence, it's false. It becomes real when you believe in the bullshit. But it has no substance if you don't believe in it. The biggest lie told across the world is the devil. There's no evil outside of the creation of man's mind. God didn't create anything that wasn't good. All things are of God, and all things of God are good. Those thoughts that you have, those aren't the devil. Those are your logical thoughts put together with your wicked feelings. There's no outside agency that made you do something. It was the fact that you had no self-control in your doing. Nothing pushed you. Your kids didn't make you hit them. Your wife didn't make you cheat. Your parents didn't make you this way. You try to say that it's something outside of you that has control over you. And there is no such thing. It's your free will. There's nothing that obstructs a human's free will. I'm just saying. So going back to it, this all starts with the fact that they started breaking the codes. And that's probably what it is they came back and it's like, it's hidden in the words. We hid it in the words. There's so much hidden in that Bible. All those stories. And that's why they tell them. So they can twist them and turn them to manipulate them into their liking and into your fear. If you don't do this, you shall be casted out by God. You are unworthy, and you are this, and you are that, and this, and that, and that, and this. You want to go to church with me on Sunday? It's always such a captivating experience of how they tell you your worthiness or lack of, and what's coming to get you for your lack of worthiness. It's all bullshit. In the essence, moving on. Gematria. When Abraham was on the plains of Mamre, Genesis says, "Oh, though 3 men stood by him." The Hebrew words for oh, lo, 3 men adds to 701. What are my numbers, guys? 17, 7, 11, 11, 7. Those are my numbers. Said that from the beginning. Which other ones? 26. What's 2 plus 6? What's 1 plus 7? Come on now. Keep up here, people. The word for these are Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. Also add to 701. So this was deduced that the three men were really three archangels. Silo shall come means the Messiah shall come, because Silo and the Messiah both add to 358. The number 13 means love of unity. Because of the word for love and unity both total 13. A normal pregnancy lasts 271 days, which is shown by the fact of the letters of the Herion pregnancy to add to 271. Like, what? No. They broke it down by numbers. I don't think anybody knows this except for us old people. We did shit like this. I think if you're in your 40s or 50s, you know what I'm talking about. We used to make number sequences. We used to send little codes. We'd write little notes and fake numbers. We'd make up our own little codes by numbers. Remember? And then text messaging. Before we had text messaging, we had beepers. We could send phone numbers. We would send numbers to each other like 143, which meant I love you. Right? We could send number frequencies. These numbers meant messages. We would send somebody, on their beeper, we'd hit them up with a secret code. Numbers were codes. Codes meant words. Does this make sense now? Okay, I don't really want to get into all this. Fuck off. Many medieval Christians were convinced that Jews cursed the name of Jesus. Oh yeah, we talked about it. It was hilarious. The Inquisition frequently blackened this passage of Jew prayer books, blah, blah, blah. I told you I didn't want to learn this. They passed on this information. Alright, guys. I don't want to teach all this yet because we're not there yet. Many attempts have been made to solve this riddle, some of them pleasing eccentricity. One answer is that Napoleon was the beast because the letter of his name makes three groups of 6. Napoleon, 6. On Buron, 6. Aparte, 6. Macaulay refused to accept the solution that his house and blah, 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 blah. It was all based on numbers and sequences. Is the point of this. And I can't really break this in, but we're going to. The reason that we need to learn this is because of numerology. You want me to bring that out now? How did you get all this? I've had all this, bro. I just didn't understand it all. And I just twisted my neck. Damn, I haven't done that for a long time. That hurt. Numerology. Are you going to sit in there? Bought these at the beginning of my awakening. You serious? Yeah, they had me go all in. Had me sell my car for $400 and then took it and bought a bunch of fucking witchcraft for $400. Are you serious? I swear to God, bro. Alright, pay attention. What's 1? The sun. 2? The moon. 3? Where's it at? Over there. Mars. 4? Mercury. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now, if you are online like I am, connected, Monday, and we'll be up here on Tuesday, right? Then we'll be down here on Wednesday. We'll be over here on Thursday. We'll be in our fucked up heart by Friday, where it hurts, and up here on Saturday. It's a flow of energy. Now, who wants to know what happens in all of those? I do! Alright, let me get those. I found the right oracles. That's not them. It's spread out everywhere. Now, these are my highest level of tarot right now, but we are going to pull out my new tarot. These are the Notorious. They teach this. We are currently we're taking it one by one, number 65, which would be the 3 of Pentacles. It doesn't go in order like that. Go in number synchronicities on this one. Now, this is the only place where it's not the only place, but it's the best place to describe all of these. All right, here they show them, and you can't really see that. Maybe you can. Oh wow, you can. All right, so this is your angels, your moon. Okay, over here is your archangels, your principalities. All your virtues come from your solar plexus. All your virtuous. Okay, these are the powers, the dominions, the thrones, the cherubim, the seraphim. Let's do this again. I just realized that's a little inappropriate. Sorry, I don't know YouTube, and I'm just protective of the flesh. All right, let's see. So you start with the Yesod, which is the ninth sphere. This is your angels. They belong to the lowest order, which is why they are still in direct contact with humans. Okay? While residing in the astral plane, in order to reach them, you have to leave your brain, bro. While residing in the astral plane, they include the personal figure of guardian angels or the higher self. The connection with lunar sphere is the Yesod. The connection to the actions to the unconscious, also in passing the repressed and accumulated material that humans cannot directly access, but which influences their entire experimental sphere. That sphere forms the bias of personality for better or worse. The task of the angel who administers this first step is to release the repressed energies of our subconscious, which later integrates into the proper sphere. They also help stimulate our independence, sensory activity, and imagination. You should be with your angels on a Monday. Where do we go now? Everybody remember? Tuesday we go to the Mars, but that's not how the ascension works. You have to work through this first. You're not going to be able to travel through on time like I do until you start working through these. And it all starts here with your thoughts and emotions. You can't go any further. You swear, but you can't. And that's why nobody can see their angels. They're yet to see dead people. They haven't accessed their spirit guides yet. Then comes the archangels. But where's yours? Who's your spirit guides? Who's your ancestors? Who's this voice you're supposedly hearing? They make themselves known when you've gotten past your conscious, but you haven't got past it yet. Alright, after the angels, we go to the Hod, Sphere 8, the archangels. And all of their names are in here. Under the influence of the planet Mercury, right? And that's where we'll be on Wednesday. Archangels are considered great advisors and officials, primed for protection and inspiration over larger groups of people, such as entire populations, nations, being connected to the Hod. Their field of action has to do with intellect, the mind that generates forms and structures. Now, Mercury is about communication, direction and activation energy of higher planes. However, by its very nature, this mind limits and holds back its power, enabling it to harness and be harnessed and controlled. It is the sphere that works with the magician, or where, the work of the magician is accomplished. Here, the mind generates configurations that conform its will, which will form the link to open a dialogue with the higher planes. Okay, so this is when you start taking action, all right? This process, when necessary, and so you think about it, you go from your cups to your swords. You go from your feelings to your thoughts, okay? In this process, when necessary, symbols or formulas can be used to make even the most abstract ideas practical. And that's Mercury. Symbols and formulas and all that bullshit. Now, from there, we move over to the 7th. The Nazak, principalities. The influence over which they exercise their powers are connected to the Nazak sphere. Ruled by the planet Venus, principalities are, for all intent and purposes, stewards of emotions, instincts, and memories. Get it? Why is Friday so bad around here? Because they bring in emotions, instincts, memories on a larger scale. A true historical and temporal memory. Nazek represents the power not yet bound to any fixed structure. So we go back to these memories and we unpack them. Right? Thus free to inspire new ideas, new inventions, new innovative work, especially in the philosophical and artistic fields. The task of the principalities is to stimulate altruism, and rebalance desires and feelings. They remove weight and anchors of the past that still condition the present by threatening future evolution. On a Friday, we visit the past and we eliminate it because it's holding us back. And we're stuck in a Saturn, but we're not there yet. We're working our way back to where I be. All right. So after that, from here, we go up to the 6th, which is the virtues. Being connected with the Typhet, a meditating sphere between micro and macro, the angelic choruses of virtues, stands in the midpoint of the tree of life, right? So that's here. That's where everything, all the virtues of God come through, is your solar plexus. The solar sphere of the Typhet represents the center of balance and the entire tree. The Tiferet is the center of transmutation between the higher planes of force and the lower planes of form. It is the true archetypical plane behind the material called the Malkuth, populated and experienced by human beings. That's here. The task of the virtues, then, is to build a bridge for us to integrate the purest energy within us in our daily lives so it can manifest. What is it? A bridge. See? However, because of their transorting nature, they can also ask us to make sacrifices, ask to break a static and imprisoned form of energy and put it back into circulation, to convert one way or another, force and form. The materialization of spirit and the spiritualization of matter take place here. That's that guts. You got to do it. It's got to change. Gotta make a change. That's where change happens. Right? It's where you take action. It's where the action happens. Your heart is fueled by it, your mind, everything, but the action. This is where the actions happen. Let's see. One way or another, force, The materialization of spirit, The seed of great historical change can come into maturity. It is here that all evolution becomes possible. All right, then we go to the Gerbera. The powers. The powers are under the propulsive thrust of Mars, and that'll be tomorrow. We'll be under the powers that be. All right? The severity that delineates the Gerbera sphere are entities that make incisive and dynamic changes possible. God who gives us strength on a Tuesday. They concretely and practically unleash energies previously at a standstill in the virtues, meaning, unfortunately, on a Monday, I can't do shit. Only what he lets me do, and it has to be stay still. But on a Tuesday, God who gives us the drive to do it. I couldn't do this shit until Tuesday. I always say, I can't really take action until this day. And if it's something else, I'll plan it for a Thursday. These are the best days to get shit done. Yeah, that's a real get shit done. On Saturday, you're forced to do, or on Friday, you got to make some actions. Saturday, I'm filled with a lot of energy because I've blurred through it. I'm filled with new energy because I went through old energy the night before. It's a lot of things. I'll teach you. The longer you're around here, you'll learn. Or you can scroll back a couple pages. Let's see. They concretely and practically unleash energies previously at a standstill in the virtues chorus. Considered the most severe aspect of the tree of life, catabolic decisiveness, courageous and destructive if necessary. This angelical chorus therefore stimulates a polished, controlled, disciplined dynamicism that will be able to seize the right moment, commanding the horses to push the chariot. That will take us to our destination, pulling the reins and curbing its course once we've arrived. I'm going to stop there. Why? Because once we get there tomorrow, we'll talk about later. Let's talk about where we currently are. This right here. Ooh. Tells you everything you need to know. You'll start to learn symbols. Okay, so when we start learning all these symbols, I think I just learned that fuck. I'm trying to remember that. I think that's Aquarius. That's Neptune. I don't remember my triangles. Fuck. Let's find out. Alright, number 65. And it comes with some incantation that I can probably not pronounce quite well. Let's see where we're at. 65. Dhamma Bia, the source of God's source of wisdom. Okay, I'm gonna try to say an invocation. Bear with me. Converti domini et usque qua et demplicabilis esto super servio taus. Who knows? Dhamabia, the first genius belonging to the last chorus of the angels, spurs us to discover our true passion. Through journeys, new ventures, and new constructions, and the exploration of the astral place that belongs to the sphere of the Yesod. Does anybody remember where the Yesod is? Come on, guys. This isn't helping. The Yesod is over... Jeez. The virtues, the Tifet, the Chesod. Yesod is way up there in the 9th. Or I mean in the... Yeah, right here. No, that's the first one. So you're still right here. That makes sense. We're still on the Monday. I don't know them by the names. See? You gotta learn them. It's like, damn. And I'm seeing 66 over here real big. Alright, anyways, we can reach a realization of our divine self. However, if we aren't able to skim from our sea of emotions and describe the negative ones that come from below, they will draw storms and shipwreck upon us. Ooh, if you don't talk about it, it's going to destroy you. That's typical. Attributions. The number is 65. The chorus is the angels. This is the 3 of Pentacles. The planet... Oh, that's not. It's Uranus. I thought that was fucking Neptune. Alright. Whatever. Aquarius. I got that right. And it's the 3 of Pentacles. Is their current energy. Who knows what that means? I went blank too. You're like, come on, don't you teach tarot? I do, but not really know it all. How can I remember everything when I'm learning all kinds of new shit all the time? Come on, how much do you remember? I turned right to it. It's work. The 3 of Pentacles is a card of work and craftsmanship. You are involved in making your inspiration manifest into this world. Whether that's what we pulled in our cards. We had the fuck was it? I don't remember. It ended in the Queen of Cups, and that's all about manifestations. Whether it is a piece of art, establishing a high-quality business, building a house, or getting training you need for a chosen career, you have made the plans, and you are and know where you are going, and good old-fashioned hard work is going to get you there. This is a long-term goal, and you have only completed the initial stages, but you have the determination you need to see the project through to its conclusion. Moreover, other people recognize your dedication and will help. Be willing to collaborate and learn from others. Hey, you guys want to teach me some shit? I'll teach you, you teach me. On page 107. How many times did you say that today? I don't know. Wait till tomorrow, I'll say it some more. Reverse meaning, you are not applying yourself to your job or study and making no pride in it, instead producing rushed or poor quality work. You won't make any advice or you won't take any advice or constructive criticism from anyone, but prefer to muddle through. If you want success, you need to develop a better attitude. The card can suggest structural problems with the property you are buying or renovating. Be wary of doing bogged DIY jobs or hiring a cowboy builder. A relationship is struggling because you're not putting in the time and effort needed to maintain it, ignoring advice from well-meaning friends. If you don't feed your relationship, they're going to die. I've lost a lot of them. I had some really great relationships that I gave everything I could, and they died because these guys couldn't give anything to it. Your relationships will die. And you must understand something that I had to learn the hard way. The people you're dealing with, Everyone you're dealing with outside it, it's contractual. If you don't give them what they want, if you, it's a give and take. If you're not giving to this relationship, they're going to take their love and they're going to go somewhere else. That's how it works. That's how it works, guys. If you're not taking care of your relationships, and that goes back to it, as a kid. Why did we run away from home? Because we weren't being taken care of. Period. I have to end on one more card. Apologies, but we have one more card to end on. I got these new ones, and we're taking them one by one. This is where we are. What is that? I don't know. It's a number. What's the number? I don't have them memorized by numbers. You can look at stupid other tarot readers that have done nothing but read tarot their whole life. It's the Lover's card. Now that I'm looking at it, there's 2 people in that card. Maybe it's not. Yeah, it's the Lover's card. For sure. At long last, weary of wandering, you see that you are not, in fact, alone on this road. Another soul searches through this strange land for meaning and redemption. The choice is before you, a decision of great consequence. To eat of the fruit of the sacred tree will bring your hearts into alignment, and your path will join. The dark angel lifts its wings above you both, giving its sincere blessing. Your hand hesitates beneath the branches. Are you ready to bite into the flesh that will erase loneliness of independence? That's a very direct question to some of us. I'm just quiet. I'm just sitting there I'm trying to listen to my heart. I'm listening to myself when I ask myself that question. Are you ready to bite into the flesh that will erase loneliness of independence? The juice on their lips smells sweet and inviting. Keyword, a chance for union. Draw strength from passion. Find your missing half. Choice between 2 paths. Companionship and romance. Dependence. I have this vision. That he comes. I had it like twice in the last couple days. It's just a beautiful vision that you hold on to, that you want to be true. It stands in my way. Me. I always do. I get this close and I fuck it up by pushing them away, by showing them I'm not ready. So many times I've thought I've been ready. And then when it's time, I'm so not ready. I can't tell you if I'm ready. Only God knows if I am. Because just when I think I am, I'm scared again. I'm scared all over again. The closer I get scared all over again. We fear what we want most. It's our biggest fear. What do we fear? Happiness. Something we've never truly had with another person. We see other people as pain, not happiness, as problems, not peace. Before I got online, I posted something. Wouldn't it be cool to just put this song on and just sit in a room with a man or another person and be able to just enjoy it together? To let our imagination fill the room instead of words. To not have to entertain each other, but just be entertained in the presence of each other. I dream about it. But I also fear it more than anything. You could say it's based on my life experiences, my really horrible marriages, but it's not. It's a soul thing. My soul fears it. Why? Because of who my soul is. I've never been that. Even being Isis, that wasn't a... It wasn't... I don't know how to explain a powerful marriage like that. It's not... It wasn't based on love. More like arranged. Yes, all of my relationships were arranged. It's what I'm here to do. I'm doing pretty well, and that's what it is. It's like, it's part of my destiny. I have to... They always say when I'm ready. I just keep doing the work to be ready, and then when I think I am, I'm not. And when I want to be, I'm not. I don't know. I thought, in the beginning, I thought I was the perfect wife. Jesus Christ, was I wrong? I thought anybody could be a husband. The things I thought weren't real. Let's just start with that. And the more I discovered of what I wanted, the more impossible it felt like it was. I don't know what it is that's so impossible about time and energy and truth. Feelings and open conversations. The things that I want are not... It just seems to be alien to the human race. Like, I can't give you those things. But I can give you my dick and my credit card, and here's a house, and here's this and that. You can't give me a connection. Everything but a connection. That card's triggering. Yeah, there's other people that are like, you didn't come from where we came from. I don't know how to explain that to you. Again, it's not just so much about this life. This life was just karma for other lives. It's about all my lives. Something as simplistic as Medusa. Hate men. How many lives of hating men? It's not that I don't love them, but I have every reason to hate them. And that hate is just fear. Because I'll be the first one unsnapped and take your life. Fucking with me. You're gonna put hands on me after everything that's happened to me? In the essence, it's not that kind of fear. You don't understand it. There's only one person that knows what I'm talking about right now. Because he was created like me with all these same fucked up insecurities. And feelings towards love. Asking me to hurry up and be ready to love is like asking Marshall to hurry up and get married. You can't force anyone to be ready to open up. But when they are, it's a beautiful thing. As much as I didn't like whatever was going on with me and Bobby, I I felt free enough to open up in a way that I have never seen myself do, to feel safe, to be close. I found that captivating. I wanted to know why, more about this man that made me feel safe, even though I shouldn't have. He was just taking advantage of me left and right. But at the same time, it also made me wary, is look at what happens when you open up. They just take advantage of you. It's a pattern replayed. It's like every time I open up to these fucking guys, they just take advantage of me. But it's a beautiful thing because I'm able to open up. It's not what you're doing, which is just a pattern in mankind, but the fact that I'm breaking patterns and able to open up again. And I get to a place where I can open up and then I close up again. And it's like, it's like a flower. It's like I open and then I close, and then I open and then I close. I work on it to just keep it, it's not like I'm closing my heart. I'm just closing my eyes, I guess. I don't close my heart. I close my eyes. I don't want to see it, I guess. This could be a very promising card, just like the moving card and the vacation card. But for a person like me, it's like these are all scary. And I guess that's, it's a place of change. And maybe it's, it's not, it's just real. It's not that I won't go with the vacation and the moving and get married. It's that I want you to acknowledge the feelings. Don't let those feelings stop you, but acknowledge that sometimes they really do. Your fear of the unknown stops you every day. Just because you're afraid of the possibility of being happy. There's no fucking guarantee that I'm gonna be unhappy. There's nothing wrong with moving. There's nothing wrong with a vacation. There's nothing wrong with a relationship unless I make it wrong inside of my mind. And what makes it wrong inside of my mind? Things that I've seen before. There's no reason to fear things. We fear the past. Therefore, it stops us from taking steps into the future. I'm afraid that what happened before might happen. Or this thing I saw on TV or something. Sometimes it's not even real to your life. You're just afraid what happened to your homegirl is going to happen to you. What happened to your homeboy is going to happen to you. If you go to that place, you're going to get robbed too. If you go there, then you're going to get attacked by a shark. If you move to that neighborhood, then, your kids will grow up as hoodlums. Hoodlums. Say that again. Hoodlums. Wow. It's a positive note if you're in a healthy place to receive it. That's what it is, this message can mean a lot of things to different people. It could be a fucking threat or a promise. It just depends on who's the person receiving this, And on a Monday, I'd be scared as fuck. I'd be like, oh, no, Nick, I don't want a man on a Monday. Typically, so this is, how man-hating is she on this Monday? She's not hating, she's still scared. That's growth. Going from anger to hurt is growth. I've been through a lot with men, and I still try. That's the growth, as I don't give up. It's not about them, because I should. I could be giving up on their bitch asses all the time. Who the fuck's gonna try this hard with your bitch ass? I don't give up on myself. A part of me deserves to feel what it feels like to have a good relationship in this life. As much as Lewis, Marshall, Allie, we deserve to know what it feels like to be happily in love. But we have to work towards that. And I've shown you it takes a lot of work. It's not that we're unlovable, we just gotta be open to being loved. That's all that means, guys. It's so hard. I know, I'm right there with you. Guys want to love me. You probably want to love me. I want to love you too. You make it hard. It's a very ugly fucking mirror. But we're going to learn how to fix this, and we're going to learn how to fix other people like us that are struggling from, that are lacking love in their life just from their fucked up experiences. hey, with that being said, I love you guys. We learned a lot. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Are you done? We're done. I'll catch you tomorrow on a Mars day, and we'll finish some more of this. Obviously, we got more to go. Thanks, haters.